shows are individually owned and opinions expressed may not reflect others. Welcome to the Edventures in Tech podcast, talking the latest tips and trends in educational technology to innovate and engage your students. Here are your hosts, Andrew and Dan.
Back and better, day 2 at the NYSCATE annual conference held at the Turning Stone Resort and Casino. This is episode 69 of Adventures in Tech. By now you know I am Andrew.
And I am Dan.
We're happy you've joined us with this venture. Lots going on here at day 2, officially day 2 of the NYSCATE conference. And I'm going to get into, how things are going overall. And we are on the exhibit hall floor, and it is packed. It's packed. Everybody's checking out all the vendors, which we are blessed to have Boxlight with us today. We're going to touch base in a minute with Boxlight and what they can do. And Art, what are your first impressions?
Having a good time yet again this year. It's been very busy right off the bat. I got up here a day early for a Tech and Learning pre-conference conference. So that was on Friday. And then that conference was on Saturday. And then we hit the ground running all day yesterday, and now we're into today. Corporate Council, we got award ceremonies coming up. I have a presentation. I am on a panel this afternoon discussing cybersecurity.
Yeah, lots going on. Dan, any thoughts right now?
It's been a great conference. We did our presentation this morning. I think that went really well.
Yes, it did.
And now I'm very excited to start getting some podcasts.
Yeah, we got one yesterday with, of course, our partnership here with Bluum, with having Joe and Omar on the most recent episode. And then one of their partners is Boxlight, and Boxlight is kind of redefining the classroom experience through interactive panels and the ecosystem tools that make engagement feel effortless. And we have Eric from Boxlight here. Eric, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So let's just give an overview about Boxlight. Besides what I just did, you can obviously do greater justice. What is Boxlight? What kind of partnerships? What is your vision? And go from there.
Boxlight is more than a company that sells one product, like interactive flat panels. But we have a full ecosystem, an educational ecosystem that kind of combines interactive flat panels, digital signage, classroom audio, bells, paging, intercom, and safety alerts all in one seamless functional system.
That's nice.
And it's simple. And so what schools have done in the past is try to cobble together 3 or 4 different solution sets to handle all this that were never meant to work together, to try to make it work together. So we want to be like a one-stop shop that simplifies all those things.
And then they're trying to mesh them, and then something doesn't work or talk to the other component, and then you have headaches. Basically, the tech directors extraordinaire is having fun with that, trying to make it all seamlessly integrate and work together for what the outcome really is. When we talk about, you said like ed tech ecosystems and like if we talk about a classroom of the future, what is one piece of that vision that Boxlight believes districts are still underestimating?
I don't know if they're so much underestimating it, but they're becoming more keenly aware of it, which is physical safety.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it's unfortunate we even have to talk about it, but we really have to address it before something happens. So it's critical that your safety solutions all work seamlessly and are simple to use. Yeah.
Okay.
So listening to what you said, it's seen that these integrated solutions are making this like connected classroom and putting all these, so your audio systems, your security systems, your display systems, all that. So in your vision, the modern classroom, the modern thing, what does that connected classroom actually look like?
Well, that's a great question, so I appreciate it. One of the things that, we have a whole portfolio of educational products and tech solutions that make education simpler and more interesting for the students. It's more engaging. But really, when you look at it, of all the things here at the conference, at NYSCATE, and everything that we handle and our competitors handle, there's only one that's got decades of research that says this flat out increases student outcomes, and that's classroom audio. Mm-hmm. And something that's not often considered. It's almost like an add-on sometimes. But enhanced classroom audio, there's decades of white papers that say this increases student outcomes. And how we got the name, we acquired the company Front Row, and how that got its name was the way the sound is dissipated through the room. It's not just louder, it's just equal. So the student at the very back of the classroom, instead of missing 25 to 30% of what the teacher says and trying to fill it in internally in their mind, the sound of the teacher's voice is the same in the front row as the back row.
No, that's great because we're looking a lot, especially sitting here at the Bluum booth and what they're putting out here, and things we're seeing a common theme now at the conference is everything is about accessibility, and accessibility is far behind, more than just what accommodations you're giving for specific students, but how you can then bring in that accessibility for everyone. So that audio feature that you talk about, I think that's something that should be recognized in the forefront as that being accessible.
Absolutely, and these all have ALD outs. So if there's significantly hearing impaired students, they can plug their devices right into that and have direct audio.
Is it one device or multiple devices can be plugged in?
You can have multiple.
Okay, wow, and we talked about, like Dan was mentioning, accessibility, and when it comes to like the entire ecosystem with sound, obviously safety and security and that kind of integration. And when we talk about devices, schools and districts don't want those isolated devices anymore. They want fully compatible ecosystems that we kind of touched upon. And when Boxlight makes that approach between the challenge of creating interactive panels and software and STEM tools and the professional learning, how do they all talk together? Like, what is this ecosystem that Boxlight packages together that you were referencing?
Well, I think there's two answers, one on the educational side, one on the safety side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
On the educational side, for the most part, most schools are using displays to display content that they already have created.
Yep.
So the Pro Series that we just launched has taken off. It's exceptionally well priced for an interactive flat panel. It's Google EDLA certified. But with an NFC card, a teacher can just go in and swipe it and sign in immediately to their Google Drive or their OneDrive account and bring up the content that they've already had. And that the software that comes at no cost with that also will open Promethean and smart lesson plans and edit them so they can use all the content that they already have.
Right, that's already seamlessly integrated.
Exactly.
Okay. And then from the safety side?
On the safety side, we just play well with others, and most no,
in the sandbox.
No, it's kind of important because most manufacturers, we've been guilty of this. To be transparent, we make products that work well with our things only.
Right.
And you can't do that anymore. We all want options. We all shop on Amazon. We want options, and so with all our digital signage, interactive flat panels, there's free digital signage software, free for life, not free for 1 year and then we got you.
Yep.
So that integrates with our front row audio system, the Bell's paging intercom, and if there's an emergency alert, you can send audible alerts out to every public area, to outside horns, and to every classroom, but also visual alerts with instructions what to do to every interactive flat panel or a piece of digital signage on the whole campus. That's threat specific.
Yeah, that's important because, like you said, although we don't want to have to touch upon it, it's just super important in this day of age.
Absolutely, and we're not a life safety system, but we integrate with them. So we've got formal integrations with like Crisis Go and Raptor and Red Bag and the most popular life safety systems. And we can integrate with other solutions that are there. So if there's a real fire, we can actually trigger shutting down the HVAC immediately, and we can integrate with their fire system. And
and what I liked about this, and I happened to sit in a corporate council yesterday with Boxlight, so I have a little bit more information.
Give it to us, yeah.
But it's the fact that it is not a software as a service. You buy the product, you buy the panels, you have the software. I'm not buying a licensing fee year in, year out, or running the risk of losing that licensing fee because budgets change.
Yeah,
I'm going to bring you on the road with me, Art.
That's it.
No, excuse me. That's a good point. Most systems or solutions like this come with a per classroom annual fee, so it's literally one and done. That you can, once a school installs this, they own it and have free software upgrades for life. And for instance, we have a district in Texas that's got, I think, 48 schools that have been on this for 7 or 8 years, and they're getting the exact same software and features and enhancements at a school that's doing a deployment right now as anywhere in the country.
That's huge because as districts are, we were seeing the financial crunch. And if they look at, now I got a budget for an annual license for, like you mentioned, the district in Texas, 48 schools, I can only imagine how expansive of a cost that was in the beginning. Now it's just more of the upkeep, and they make sure that everything's updated and everything like that, and that support, half the battle is trying to get support, with any company, whether it's Amazon or whomever, especially in the educational sector, it is a completely revolutionized experience if you can actually reach a human and try to figure out your problem. It's huge, not a chatbot, a human.
It actually is. And also on the kind of the internal support side, from the IT perspective, it's wonderful that if a teacher calls in and says, my intercom's too low, they don't have to run down to the classroom or leave the building. They can log into a portal
remotely,
and change and say, how is it now? So they can, and you can push out a firmware update or a change to every classroom globally.
Yeah.
From one station in the IT office without ever having to go to a single classroom, let alone have to go to each one individually to make changes.
Efficiency at its finest. I love it.
I mean, and this is going back to, as we were talking earlier about the connected classrooms, saying that you play well in the sandbox with everyone else. So your safety, your security, your signage, your this is all integrated into the instructional space that is going through the same products and the same support that you have. I just kind of want to switch gears a little bit, but you go far beyond the hardware and the integration systems with Boxlight. And I know over the years, because we've been looking at it for a number of years now, it's probably decades, but Boxlight has really trying to make an impact and has made an impact in regards to STEM and bringing STEM into the classroom. So I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about how Boxlight does that.
And both STEM and professional development, if we have time to touch on that.
Yeah,
later.
that's what I was going to lead into next.
On the STEM side, we've got some really incredible products. One you may think is a sleeper, which is 3D printers, because there's so many of them, everybody's seen it. And the challenge with 3D printers is that they're a wonderful instructional educational tool, and you can have challenges, like design challenges with students that they're really
clogs.
engaged in. Yeah.
Clogs of filament.
Yeah, right. But the problem is, we normally go into schools and they've got a 3D printer, it's ours or someone else's, and it's gathering dust, literally, physically
Fair
gathering,
point.
because they made 4 keychains and they don't know what to do now. So we have a STEM team that's made up of former science teachers that are super nerdy, and I mean that in the most complimentary way. Like, they love this. They eat, sleep, and drink STEM. They just,
Revenge of the Nerds 3D printer edition.
No, they're the coolest, smartest people, and they're so good at this. And what they've created is something called My STEM Kits, which is over 400 ready-made lesson plans. So you can have a design challenge or print something, but they've got a ready-made lesson plan and quiz associated with a 3D printing project ready to go. So a teacher just has to log into that account, and they can choose based on their grade level and what they're teaching what they want to create. And it has made instruction so much simpler, instead of just being told, hey, here's your 3D printer, and you open the box and you know what to do a week
And there's
later.
some keychains coming out. That's about it.
Yeah, so even schools that don't have our 3D printers are using My STEM Kits with their printers just to make it really productive.
And relevant, yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely. The
And we've got another product along that line, though, is Lab Disc, which is a disc. It's about the size of. Are you familiar with it?
I've been looking at it on your website, and I was intrigued.
No, it's so cool. It's about the size of a smoke detector, if you can picture it visually, with probably 10 to 12.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, different sensors on it. And the first time I saw it was at ISTE in Orlando. I was new with the company, and I said, well, how does this work? And they said, well, just they initiated about 6 different sensors, and they said, go walk around the building. I took a walk outside through the parking lot in the Florida heat and stopped and talked to a truck driver and came back in, and they casted all the data to the flat panel with a Google Earth overlay, and it showed all the steps I took through the parking lot, where I stopped to talk to a truck driver, and then an overlay of the humidity, the heat, and the audio sound, all captured instantly. What used to take up a table and a half to set up a science experiment now is something that's portable. It's the size of a smoke detector, literally.
I'm going to really smash this together, because if we take lab discs and we put them on the Steam STEM bus that we've seen in there, that is ideally the perfect scenario for making the STEAM and STEM bus really relevant, because it's so simplistic, like you said, looking at the lab disc, and you can just have a bunch of different lesson libraries, and they can almost rotate around the STEM bus and go into all the different ones.
Absolutely. We have one called Explorers we launched for very younger grades, which is pretty simplistic and basic, but very functional, right up through biochem. So it's.
I think I'd fail that one. I'm gonna be honest,
I think I would too. To be really transparent.
I'd love to walk around the vendor floor here and stuff with the heat, the humidity, especially the noise. I mean, you probably hear a little bit in the background as we're speaking today, but just getting all that information to see, it's probably like information overload while we're walking
absolutely.
around.
I mean, but I'm thinking of all those different things we've purchased over the years and all the software that went along for our
Well,
science.
that's a headache.
All the different probes and this, and we can only run it on a Windows machine and this and that. This is, I saw this. This was really cool. There's something else that caught my eye because you talked about professional development, talk about bringing, that your support and STEM into the class, but also you're helping teachers plan. And doing, especially like right through browsers and through the boards, through something called My Class. So can we talk about My Class
Right, they
for a bit?
can use My Class to create lesson plans, and it's just a very functional product. And again, that comes at no cost. With it, you can cast to it. We've got some language translation we're working on now that's incredibly effective. That students can log in and select their language, and you can have a teacher speaking English, and it translating on their Chromebook, or audibly, or both, and any language, any number of languages, 12, 13 languages in one classroom, which is pretty incredible.
There we go.
And listen, it was the Cool Tool winner for 2025. I saw as the EdTech Award for My Class. It was the best presentation solution in the 2025 EdTech Digest Awards. Eric, one thing I want to talk about that we talk about funding, right? We started mentioning that and how key it is to include the support and the software throughout the life of the product. But what people may not know, and sometimes teachers or admins may not have a full understanding of that, what Boxlight can do, but can we talk a little bit about the grants assistance program that you guys do?
You bet. Can we touch on one more thing related to PD?
Sure.
Before we move on to that, because that's really important also. On the professional development side, we have a PD team. We acquired a company called EOS. That's a group of people that are just super passionate about education. They're former teachers, and so they can come out and educate on and certify on not only our products, but Google products, Microsoft products, but they've also created free online trainings for many different things. Like, for instance, the Pro Series, the Google EDventUre certified panels.
Yep.
We provided Google Level 1 and Level 2 educator certification training at no cost with each panel. So there's a lot of free trainings that they can access online to go through at their own convenience.
Yeah, at their own pace of learning. I love it. So let's circle back about the grants. The grants assistance program.
Yes,
I
very
was
important.
looking into that, and it seems like you have a set of a team, I guess, that they basically walk me through it. I could book an appointment, and then what happens?
Yeah, it's like it's run by a gentleman named Dr. Don.
I like that, Dr. Don.
Dr. Don, and
All
he's
right.
his last name starts with a G, and there's like 27 letters after
Okay,
that. So
Dr. Don's good.
We'll go with Dr. Don, so I don't butcher it. But he was a colonel in the military and anti-terrorism, and moved into safety and moved into education. And what he does now is we provide this as a value add to our school partners. He does grant writing at no cost. So and the grants that he's working on currently that we'll have to have the apps in by spring, or for up to $500,000. There's safety related funding, but our combination of the emergency alerting through our flat panels and through the audio system qualifies for that. So a school can get up to $500,000 for a district in grant funding, and we have a little over 50% success rate in that, which is
great.
Tremendous when things are so economically tight.
It is very difficult.
For school budgets right now.
Right.
Yeah, and seeing that their product, your product covers both the classroom and safety and security, you're getting two things at one shot. So you're improving classroom instructional materials and communication materials, but then also the building safety and security, which is such a prevalent and important piece right now within our schools.
Absolutely.
So as we move forward a little bit, Boxlight is in so many different areas. I mean, your impact is huge. I just want you to go from your perspective, maybe looking at the next 3 to 5 years. What are the future trends you're going to see coming out, and where's Boxlight going to be moving forward?
Well, I love functions like NYSCATE because we learn from you. Like, Art was in a session we had yesterday.
Corporate council,
Yeah, and it was a corporate council session, and it wasn't for us to pitch anything. It was like, here's what we're doing right now. Here's what we have on the board to make it better. Now you tell us what you need.
Feedback.
Because that's all that matters.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. And it was the most productive meeting I've had at these, because that's where we learn. So we really are listening to the people that are on the front lines, because we can think we know,
right?
But it's our best guess. So when having folks like Art that will advise us directly has been invaluable. We've had a lot of requests on the audio side for SIP integration. So now our audio will interface directly with schools' existing phone systems, which was
that's key.
Which was really big. So we're, and you know, and I don't know beyond that. I know there. We've got really smart people in a back room somewhere. They're always working on
like
something.
Dr. Don.
Yeah, like Dr. Don. You know, but yeah, they're really passionate about what they do, and we're. I'm going to take a lot of information back from our corporate council meeting that was full of ed tech folks that gave some great feedback and advice on where things need to go.
Yeah. So I want to touch base and see your thoughts on AI's role in instruction and education with Boxlight, right? So we know AI, it's transforming education. We've all felt that at this conference. It's been heavy on AI. How is Boxlight integrating AI thoughtfully into the solutions, while ensuring it, empowers teachers and not replaces them, because that's a fear of teachers?
Yeah, I think it's. I think we can't fight it.
Right.
It's like going out in the rain and saying, "Stop! I don't want it to be raining." And we have it. It's here.
Yep.
So it's. I think the question is, how can we use it positively and most efficiently to our benefit? Mm-hmm. And so we have AI feature in some of our software on the board. So, and it's pretty astonishing how effective and simple it is to use. That's the biggest thing. So, as a teacher, and I'm not a teacher, but if I was one, I would love this. I can say, I teach third grade, and I want to do a lesson plan on the pyramids in Egypt. And I would like a quiz in addition to the lesson plan. And literally, in maybe a minute and a half, you've got a full lesson plan with images that is completely editable. You can edit the text and change the images if you like, and a commensurate quiz that ties back to the lesson plan you did. And it's good. It's stunning how much time that you can save, and you can modify it. When you use AI, you can change it or tweak it just a little bit with a command, and the iterations help you tie it down really quickly. But tremendously, teachers are overworked. I believe I have the utmost respect for them. It's one of the hardest jobs in America. Managing, you know how hard it is if you have kids. Managing 3 kids can be hard.
Managing 1.
Forget about 25.
I have 3. He's got 1. Yeah, so he's got 3.
Yeah, so you feel my pain.
We do.
So they have to manage that, and to manage parents, and to manage classroom assignments and homework and quizzes, and they get a lot of flack, but they have summers off, but they work, they put in the time. It is a hard job, so I really I'm proud of the fact that we're giving them some tools to make them more effective in less time. Yeah, the efficiency component, we touch base upon that a lot. So, Dan, any other questions? No, I'm just going through my list of questions and things, and I think we've covered a lot of what I was really hoping to get out of this. The one thing I would say is for people listening and maybe people coming to the Tech Conference and whatever, what is the best way to connect with Boxlight and go forward and look at the various solutions? Well, you're probably a national audience, so I would say go to boxlight.com, and if you have a question about any specific product, you can just fill out a form there, and whoever's local to you, a local partner or one of our own representatives will just reach out to answer any questions they have or provide an online or in-person demo for whatever the needs are of the school. Awesome. All right, great. Yeah. Art, any other thoughts? No, thanks for joining us today. We appreciate it, and thanks for doing the corporate councils. That's one of the favorite things I enjoy. They are fun. Providing feedback to. It's like a little sneak peek into the future as well. So we get to kind of see what's on the horizon, and you guys get valuable feedback from the partnerships at the conferences. So, all right, that's going to wrap up episode 69. We will be talking to you soon. We got a couple more interviews scheduled, but as always, Tech Hard, Work Smart, Live Adventure. Find Andrew on all socials at A Nicola Tech and Dan at WCSD Tech DR.